Hello Botanical Bliss community. Today we're exploring something truly transformative for your garden, creating vibrant living soil that gets better year after year without constantly buying bags from the garden center. After years of experimentation in my own garden sanctuary, I've refined a permaculture approach to soil building that creates thriving plant ecosystems while working in harmony with nature. Let me share how you can create soil that doesn't just grow plants, but nurtures an entire underground world that will transform your gardening experience. Living soil is an intricate community of microorganisms, fungi, and organic matter, essentially recreating the forest floor in your garden. When you see a forest thriving without fertilizers or irrigation, you're witnessing living soil at work. The magic happens when we shift our perspective from feeding plants to feeding soil life. In my garden, this approach has eliminated the need for synthetic fertilizers while producing the most flavorful vegetables and vibrant flowers I've ever grown. The foundation of this system isn't complicated. It's about creating habitat for soil organisms rather than just filling containers with growing medium. My favorite approach for creating living soil quickly is what I call the lasagna method, layering carbon-rich and nitrogen-rich materials to create instant garden beds. Begin with a base layer of cardboard directly on grass or bare ground, thoroughly soaked with water. Next, alternate layers of green nitrogen-rich materials, kitchen scraps, coffee grounds, fresh grass clippings, with brown carbon-rich materials, fall leaves, straw, shredded paper. Create layers about 2 to 3 inches thick each, making sure to end with a carbon layer. Top with a thin sprinkling of finished compost or healthy garden soil to inoculate your new bed with microorganisms. Within a single season, these materials transform into rich, living soil ready for planting, with earthworms doing much of the work for you. The secret weapon in my living soil toolkit is homemade microbial inoculants that accelerate the soil building process. My favorite is a simple compost extract made by soaking finished compost in water overnight, then straining and applying the liquid to garden beds. For more potent results, I brew actively aerated compost tea by suspending compost in water, adding unsulfured molasses as microbial food, and bubbling with an aquarium pump for 24 hours. These brews introduce billions of beneficial microorganisms that break down organic matter, improve soil structure, and create nutrient pathways for plants. Regular applications dramatically speed up soil development while suppressing disease-causing organisms through beneficial competition. In nature, soil is never bare, and living soil thrives under continuous plant cover. In my garden, I use a living mulch system of low-growing plants like white clover between main crops, which fixes nitrogen, prevents erosion, and supports beneficial insects. When space opens up as crops are harvested, I immediately sow cover crops like buckwheat in summer or rye and vetch in fall. Rather than removing these covers, I simply cut them at the soil surface before they set seed, leaving roots intact while using the tops as mulch. This creates an unbroken cycle of soil building without disrupting the delicate soil food web through tilling or turning. The permaculture approach to living soil recognizes that plant diversity creates resilient soil communities. In my beds, I practice intensive companion planting, mixing deep-rooted plants like carrots with shallow-rooted lettuces and nitrogen-fixing beans. Each plant contributes different root exudates, sugars, proteins, and carbohydrates that feed specific soil organisms. These underground partnerships create a robust soil ecosystem that becomes increasingly self-regulating and fertile over time. I've found that polycultures not only build better soil but also naturally suppress pests and diseases through plant synergies. Creating living soil is the single most impactful change you can make in your garden. Start with just one small area using these permaculture techniques, and watch as your garden transforms into a thriving, low-maintenance ecosystem that produces abundantly while connecting you more deeply to nature's rhythms. If you've enjoyed this journey into living soil, please subscribe to the Botanical Bliss channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos on specific plant companions and seasonal soil building techniques. Share this video with a friend who's still buying bags of soil, and let me know in the comments which technique you're most excited to try. Until next time, may your garden be your sanctuary.